Thank you very much. Can you hear me in the back?
Sorry.
Hey,
Oh,
Janine.
how you doing? All right.
Yeah.
Am I okay here? Let me go between you guys.
Well, welcome
What
this
did Rob-
afternoon. I want to thank everyone who's here today to celebrate this exciting moment. My name is Jim Furlong. I'm a Lion, and I'm on the steering committee that's been raising money and building this park. We've been working on the fundraising, and we're about to break ground this afternoon. 3 years ago, on the 75th anniversary of the Warrington Township Lions Club, we explored ideas of what to do for the community. We wanted to give a legacy gift that would live on and be a benefit to people in the community of all ages and all capabilities. We wanted it to be inclusive and something that enabled people and provided a place for them to enjoy with their families. That dream, with an initial donation of $180,000 from the Warrington Lions Club, led the Lions to partner with Warrington Township to create Lions Pride Park, a multi-generational recreational playground, activity center, and nature habitat. Along with Warrington Township and Tool, from Tool Recreational Planning, Tavis Duckweiler from Viridian Landscape Studio, Kathy Beveridge from Spark Nonprofit Consulting, John Biederman, and others, we're making a dream come true today. Today we celebrate the groundbreaking for this unique state-of-the-art family destination, which will be a reprieve from our hectic lifestyles. Lions Pride Park will feature a state-of-the-art play area known as Kids Mountain, behind you, which will include swings, slides, climbing towers, and rope bridges. Adjacent to Kids Mountain will be the Grove, which will have picnic tables, shuffleboard, bocce courts, tables and chairs for chess and checkers. There will also be a labyrinth, a path that guides walkers to the center and out, offering a meditative experience. Meadows and wetlands that provide habitat for birds, wildlife, and bees. And trails that link to the regional trail system, such as the 202 bicycle path, and trails along the Neshaminy Creek from Peace Valley Park all the way to the Delaware River. What sets Lions Pride Park apart from other area parks is its full accessibility, including paths and accommodations throughout Kids Mountain and the Grove for people who are blind and visually impaired and people who are in wheelchairs. The park's Bluetooth, I knew I messed that up. The park's Bluetooth enabled beacon app, which will serve as a park guidebook. Beacons will be located near informative signs, and when a smartphone app detects a beacon, a description will be played through the smartphone speaker. The description could be as simple as oak tree or as detailed as a web page. Lions Pride Park will be one of the first parks in the Philadelphia area to have this app. It will also include GPS navigation to help the visually impaired move about the park more easily. We are thrilled to announce that we have raised $980,000 to this point. We have a goal of $1.2 million for phase one of this fabulous endeavor. We're grateful for the wonderful partnership with Warrington Township, especially the assistance of our township manager, Barry Luber. Our township supervisors, our staff at Warrington Township, our elected officials, federal, state, and local, and the citizens of the community that have together successfully brought us to this point of achievement today. A special thank you to Senator Greenleaf, who I believe couldn't be here today, but I did chat with him and his wife Wednesday night, and our Representative Kathy Watson, who were so helpful in obtaining state grants for us. Their tenure of office was not only helpful to us Lions Club in Warrington Township, but they were great servants in our community, and I want to point that out today because they deserve our respect and our thanks. To the hundreds of people who have assisted us in reaching our goals, we all want to say thank you. I'm very excited to announce that we got a commitment by Toll Brothers to give $100,000 to Lions Club. Thank you to Toll Brothers, and especially to Dick McBride. Other major donors to whom we are so grateful are Andrew's Friends Fund, Fulton Bank, Easy Storage, Lions of Pennsylvania Foundation, Steve Harris, Warrington Cares, Tony Black of the Shops of Valley Square, John Biederman, Joe Bounds from Bound Beverage, who's here today, and all of our local businesses and individuals who have contributed. There is a more complete list in today's program, but these business people are truly community partners. And I would ask and encourage you to please patronize those businesses who have donated. And I want to have another shout out to our Eagle cheerleaders here. Taylor and Crystal. Our first guest speaker today is our Honorable Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick. Brian?
Thanks, Jim. Good afternoon, everybody. Warrington knows how to throw an event. My goodness. And if you need any reminder about what life is all about, take a look to my left here, these young kids that are in the front row who are going to be the prime beneficiaries of this park. And that's what it's all about. And the Lions have done so much good for such a long time, I believe dating back to 1917. This was an organization that was found just outside of Chicago, Illinois. I think they have about 1.7 million members globally, which I believe makes them probably the largest service organization in the world, if not one of them. And they've done so much good, particularly for kids, and even more specifically for kids with disabilities, which should be all of our top priority. And for all the kids here, I used to work at Sesame Place, and I heard this park's going to be even more fun. It's going to be even more fun than Sesame, especially Lions Mountain. So we look forward to it. Warrington Township, the Lions have done a great job. Warrington Township knows how to get a job done, let me tell you. They've already raised 90% of the funds they needed to do this. It's going to start in June. It's going to conclude, I believe, in September. That's how you get a job done. So kudos to the supervisors, to the township manager, and to the Lions Club for their partnership, and for the corporate sponsors as well. They do a lot of good. They really do. I just met with Big Brothers Big Sisters before this. There's so much need out there, but it's one of the amazing things about our community that we have people willing to step up and lend a hand, whether it be through volunteer efforts or through funding. So to Jim and Barry, could you come up as well? Is Barry here? Yep. Yeah, right. So we had 2 flags float over the United States House of Representatives in honor of both the Lions and Warrington Township. And I wanted to just present this with you both. If I can get this off here. And this was signed by both the Speaker and the Minority Leader and the Sergeant at Arms. And he's a tough signature to get. To the Warrington Lions Club and to the Township of Warrington, the Board of Supervisors, for all their amazing work. This flag was flown over the Capitol, and we want to present this to you. These are folded by the Marines, by the way.
Wow.
Good job, guys.
Thank you, Congressman. We really appreciate you being here today. Next is our newly minted state senator, Maria Collette.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for having me here today. I'm so excited to be here with you all. Look at this wonderful crowd. And I echo the sentiments of Congressman Fitzpatrick when I say look around and see all of these wonderful children here. And this is what it's all about. This is why we work hard to make our communities stronger. So I also want to thank all of the incredible people who have partnered here today to make Lions Pride Park a reality. And I can't wait to bring my own 6, soon to be 7-year-old to play on Kids Mountain. I'm sure he's going to have the time of his life, just like all of the incredible, wonderful kids that are going to come here and play. And I think one of the things that really has to be highlighted here is the commitment to accessibility. I think Jim said it best when he said, this is something that we have to make a commitment to. We have to be sure that we are including all of the people in our community, that we are making this a place where everyone can gather and be together to enjoy our environment and to enjoy the incredible resources of the community. So I want to thank you all for including me here today. I couldn't be more honored to represent you all in our state capitol and to be a part of this wonderful event. I really thank you all for including me. Thank you to the Eagles cheerleaders for bringing a little bit of spirit here, although we had enough anyway, right? But this is a really exciting time for me, and I thank you all for letting me be a part of it. And I can't wait to start doing the groundbreaking so that we can get started here on the project that's going to be finished in just a few months and ready for our community. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Maria. And now we have our newly minted state representative, no stranger to our community, Todd Polachuk.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here, and thanks also to the cheerleaders. I think we're all very happy about our newest acquisition from the Bears yesterday. So it's going to be another exciting year. Big year for Philly sports, so we'll keep up that. Hi, kids. You're going to have a really cool place to play. So anyway, I also want to thank you folks for letting me be a part of this special day. I first want to personally thank, obviously, the Warrington Lions Club for its commitment to the community. If you don't know, I've been a resident here for 19 years. I live in Hickory Ridge around the corner. This is a beautiful place to live. I love it here. We've got everything. The park system, the retail, the communities, just the sports teams. It's just a great place to live. And you know what? A lot of it's flourished because of our entrepreneurs who formed the foundation of this Lions Club. You know, they live by a simple credo that a community is stronger when its leaders are committed to giving charity to all. You know, and as we break ground on this wonderful project, we celebrate 75 years of the Warrington Lions Club. They've given us hope to those facing health crises, from diabetes to eye disorders, and of course they're an international leader on the fight against childhood cancers. You know, for 75 years, you put this community first. You know, when Lions Pride Park, it's going to be more than an innovative place for kids to play. It's going to stand as a monument to the legacy of the Lions Club here in Warrington. You know, when we see the children playing around Kids Mountain, we'll remember the kids from around the world who've been saved by the Lions Club's commitment to fighting childhood cancers. When we see grandparents watching their kids play, we'll remember the Lions Club work in combating blindness. And when we watch the new park rise from deterioration, we'll remember the Lions' dedication to revitalizing our community. So again, I'm honored to be part of this special event, knowing that Lions Pride Park will stand as a monument to the kindness and the caring hearts of those of you in the Warrington Lions Club. You make our community a better place to live, and for that I really thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Todd. Next, we have Fred Gaines, Chairman of the Warrington Township Board of Supervisors.
Board of Supervisors of Warrington thanks the Lions Club for their leadership in creating the first multi-generational park in the township. In the last few years, the township has seen an evolution from providing facilities primarily for active recreation and team sports to more passive recreation by greatly expanding our system of walking trails. In response to our changing demographics, Lions Pride Park has been ultimately designed to be a multi-generational facility. According to the Bureau of the Census, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has a population that is aging. Warrington Township, in spite of the many new homes being built and families moving in, is seeing an increase in the number of older people. In 2017, persons greater than 65 years old represented greater than 18.1% of the township population. Many of our new residents are multicultural and multi-generational, and Lions Pride will offer something to all of them. I guess I should say to all of us. So thank you to the Lions Club, the many sponsors, the Park and Recreation Committee, the township staff and volunteers, and the professional consultants for creating this park. Their efforts were a vital contribution to assist the Board of Supervisors and the myriad of other volunteer committees and boards in making Warrington Township an even better place to live in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now, the Vice Chair of the Warrington Board of Supervisors, Ruth Shep.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you to everyone who is here today to kind of get started on this multi-phase park. And the concept that started it was actually a meeting between many of our committees where we sat in another facility from another township and we said, and this idea is the public health idea of child in the wild or last child in nature. And we just kind of expanded the age group so that everyone can experience nature and still have a great time. So we hope that you all will be as excited as we are in planning it and working for it. And really, it's hundreds of people who have touched this idea and making it come to reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruth. Retired State Representative Kathy Watson, I'd like you to come forward and make a few remarks. Kathy has really been our friend for decades. All of us know her. No, she started out at 18. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is great to be here. And someone said, oh, go sit in the front row. I said, no, I'm retired now. I don't count. But I count as much as you do, in that I'm a 40-year, my husband and I, and we had our family here, a 40-year resident of the township. And I know my very good friend, because I've known him since he was a child, the congressman, when he said, wow, and Warrington knows how, yes, we do. We know how to put a show on, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? And what I've said to people leading up to this that I think is important, this is what we in government really talk about as a public-private partnership. Now, in the beginning, public-private partnerships had to do with transportation. But as we move forward in this 21st century, I've always said it is local people who know best about the other local people in their area. And we have to work with government, we have to work with business, and for the most part, we're going to do a great job of taking care of ourselves. And people have alluded that this is, inclusive. Yes, because Warrington Township is inclusive. It always has been inclusive. Oh, we fight. I mean, it's like a family. Come on. It's like Thanksgiving dinner. We do all that. but we are inclusive. And I guess, honestly, I look at Russ and think when some of this stuff started, yes, we were a lot younger, Russ. And I haven't been talking about just children or even little grandchildren. Well, that one's 22, so no. It's now, I'm up to intergenerational. I'm gonna come and try to do a few things, not that big mountain, I think maybe the little one. But the point is, that's it, it's inclusive. It says to people who live here or visit, you're welcome. You're all welcome. And you all have something to offer. And there'll be more of that. Now, I would suggest for those who are fundraising, Mr. Luber, could you all, and get people to donate money soon for 2 and 3? I can only live so long. So we're gonna have to move it along faster than that discussion is. But to the folks who are here, you're gonna love this park. And to your parents and your grandparents who will come with you, and maybe even great aunts and uncles, they're gonna love being here with you. And I always get nervous when people talk about special needs. Okay, you have little differences, yes, but you're all children, or you're all the adults, the young adults, or those of us who are aged. I hate that word too. But in any event, we may have some needs, but they'll be addressed here, and we'll get to see each other here. That's a very good thing for a community. Having lived here all this time, I always wanted Warrington to be something like Doylestown, where it had a town center. Well, when it was developed, we didn't get that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of our town center. It really is. It's where we're all together. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Kathy. Our next speaker is one of our Lions, Gunjan Rostogi Wilson, and she's a parent of a special needs child. And she's very special to us in the Lions Club and to the steering committee.
Welcome, community leaders, friends, and neighbors to the site of Warrington's newest multi-generational and accessible community space, Lions Pride Park. I'm here with you today because this park is important to me in 3 ways. As a resident of Warrington, as a Warrington Lions Club member, and most importantly, as a parent of a child with special needs. The primary diagnosis of my son, Krish, is cortical visual impairment, the #1 pediatric visual impairment in the Western world that most people have never heard of. It's a brain-based visual impairment, which means he can see many things, but with great difficulty. Life can be hard. He works on improving his vision every day with multiple therapies a day. School can be overwhelming, with trying to make friends in kindergarten and learning to be like the other kids. But here, in this park, he is just Krish, and I am just mom. Many of us go through our daily lives, enjoying nature, enjoying parks, sometimes taking for granted the world around us, without much thought to what life is like for those in our society who function differently. The world has been designed for people like you and me. But there are adults and children in our community who have a disability of access. Whether it's vision, hearing, intellectual, they are differently abled. They cannot easily access what the majority of us can. And this park is about providing access. This here, it's something special. Our children are being embraced. Their physical disability needs can be met by a specially designed slide or in the wheelchair accessible music grove. Their vision needs can be met through the wayfinding or beacon app. Most importantly, their primary need, the need to be a child, can be met by being able to play in a safe and accessible space with their families. I'm proud to stand before you in support of this innovative play space, and I'm thankful to the Warrington Lions Club and Warrington Township for embracing all of our children.
Got a little wind coming up there. Thank you, Gretchen. Michael Finlaw. Michael, are you here? There's Michael. Michael's a student at Tamanin Middle School and worked on this vision for us when he was in elementary school. Michael?
able to speak with you today about a project that I was proud to be a part of. When I was in 5th grade at Titus Elementary, my pen class worked to help design a playground for all ages and everyone. We collaborated with the Lions Club on 2 different dates and came up with ideas for the project. Many of our ideas included nature and the environment. In December of 2016, I attended a township meeting regarding a future playground and was asked to speak about the play. I would like to acknowledge my pen teacher, Mrs. Walls, my former principal, and my classmates, if you would like to come up as I say your name. So, unfortunately, a few could not be here today. Michael, Nick, Ashish, Betty, Katie, Tara, and Tatiana. I look forward to seeing the completed playground. Thank you.
Thanks to all of you, especially to Michael. Okay, it's time to break the ground. So with the invited guest speakers and Russ, Barry, will you lead the way for us?
Stand in front of the signs.
Behind the dirt pile.
You have some dirt trucked in.
I follow direction well.
You too, Todd. You're awesome.
Follow direction. I'm good.
All right.
This guy want to come too?
Yeah, done. Double trouble.
Come on, buddy. I'm going to need help with this.
There you go.
There you go, pal. Where's Brian? You want to do this one? There you go. I'm going to help you help me shovel it? Hold on, we got Russ. We got one more. Come on,
Bear, do you want the cheerleaders?
Yes.
That was a dumb question.
All right. You gonna shovel it up for me?
All right. Good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That is some good turkey. Good job.
Guys. Nice work.
You want to hand here? Woo, good thing that turkey's so good.
Jim, you just started building.
Not done yet.
Yeah, let me grab my paper.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes of closing remarks and then
I think they're going. They had everybody who ground. Oh, Jim.
He's coming back.
One more. Everybody squeeze
We don't
together.
play now.
All right, let's do this again. Ready? Protect the brain. Check your brain. What? Put you down on the bed.
Sorry, guys. I have to step. You go in front of me so you can see it. Get everybody. Scooch in more, please. More.
Ready, one,
Taylor.
two,
We don't play yet.
Somebody's still digging over there.
Just a couple of announcements. Janice DeVito, who's one of the steering committee people, couldn't be here today. She had back surgery yesterday, but she's been a critical component of this project. Wanted to announce that. Again, thanks to everyone who's helped to support this initiative. We still have $220,000 to raise, and we need your help to make it happen so that we can cut the ribbon, celebrate together on this site in the fall opening of Lions Pride Park. We're planning a fundraising event to help us close the gap. A Family Olympics Day and 5K race. Stay tuned to our Facebook page. Sign up for our e-newsletter, The Roar, to learn more. And we have refreshments, so please take some time. The refreshments were provided by Walmart and Wawa. Don't forget to patronize them.
like a photo for their social media, but I really need everybody in tight.
Okay.
I'm not hearing back, so give me your back.
We're almost done. We're going to get one picture and then we're going to all go play.
Double. Like double layer.
Yeah, it is. It's like trying to line up
I'm sorry for whoever I'm leaning on.
Boy, this takes a while, man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to take one of mine too.
Move that way a little bit.
Oh, you know what? Is it video maybe?
Did you slide it over to the photo?
I'll take it on mine.
Okay, thank you.
All right, ready everyone? Okay, this I can do. Smile.
Awesome. Perfect. Sorry. That's true.